Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we want to take a look at the new Upper Hand version of Scrafty in the Open Great League. As the Great League is currently not available for also another week, afterwards we're going to have the Master League after this week here. We're going to take a look at this Pokemon in some test builds here. They did not know what I was running. I could have also played something like the Shadow version of Hariyama. And Upper Hand is going to be a very interesting move, especially also on a Pokemon like Scrafty, as Scrafty has a lot of solid bulk, which is quite rare on Fire type Pokemon, to be fair. And so it's kind of unique with that. Also, just generally speaking, I think the typing itself is very good in the current meta, which you see also with Pokemon like the Pangoro. So I was quite hopeful that this is going to be a Pokemon that might be becoming kind of top meta after this change. And so let's see if this is actually going to be the case or not. If this is the ideal move set for this Pokemon as well. We're going to run both Foul Play as well as the, the Upper Hand here. And we're going to go up against the Carbink. At this point, by the way, there's only really the option for me to hope that they go for the bait here in order to win this battle. Because I just don't do enough damage with the Scrafty here. I don't think I would be able to outspeed them as well. Like, I would be able to still get another move here. Sadly, I did make the call wrong. And with this, we are not going to be able to win this battle anymore. Good game there. Maybe I could have won if I made the call correct there, but I needed to kind of risk something there. Next opponent, we're going to see, the Malamar, which I'm going to go for 2 false moves and then try to swap out to catch a hit. Of course, I know that they would never go straight for the charge move. I know that the opponent we are playing against, very certain hit rank 1 in the world before, very, very strong opponent. So, let's see if our, Scrafty is going to be able to do something against them. Here, well, in my other videos I kind of complained about not having a luck with the debuff. Luckily here I actually was able to get 2 debuffs with the Crunch, which allowed me for the first one to guarantee basically a shield, which is kind of cool. But for the second one it's gonna help me out a bit to farm them down here. I think in hindsight actually does not really help me there at all, because I would have just got more energy now with my Scrafty. But like this, the opponent kind of gets away better than if I didn't get the debuffs, so I'm not too sure. Maybe just 1 debuff would have been enough here. But as we will see, we're going to be able to go up to, sadly, we're not going to be able to get up to that Upper Hand. The Upper Hand is going to not come through. They're going to win the CMP tie here. They're going to be able to go for the Dynamic Punch. But we can go back into our Drapion. We have access to Awkward Tail as a bait move. The opponent is going to fall for that, which is great. And we're going to try to catch a Dynamic Punch here, which we are able to do, which is going to be able to, for us to basically now kind of dominate the battle. Because what we can do is we can go for a Fly. And this Fly is going to basically knock them out here already. They need 1 more fast move. They actually still get to another charge move though, which can be a bit scary. But I'm fairly certain they only get to 1, and I will be able to farm them down. And I think they're just going to try to get my energy here, which is smart. But it doesn't help them because I have an Awkward Tail stored. And with this, we're going to be able to win the battle. Well played. But yeah, I don't really think that Scrafty did a lot here, but it did something maybe. Next opponent, we're going to see an Alolan Raticate, which I love to see. Cool Pokemon, I like that one. I like that we see some a little bit more different here. And as you see, we're going to be able to just go for the shield against the Crunch. We can go for a Fly here. And this will allow us to get the shield from the opponent, which is cool. We can go for another one, but they can catch it on the Togetic, which is totally fine for us because we have basically 1 Pokemon that really doesn't want to face Togetic. And Talonflame, which can definitely deal with it. But because I expected I maybe have another Fairy type Pokemon in the back, I might just gonna keep my Talonflame alive. I'm gonna swap out into my Drapion. Should have went for the Awkward Tail most likely here, but I decided to try to go for the full farm down, which allows them to go for Dazzling Gleam. We are going to be able to go for the full farm down though, and we have a ton of energy. Let's see if this was worth it. We're going to be able to go for 2 Awkward Tails against that Raticate, and I do think that's going to be enough to knock them out. So I guess in this kind of way it was worth it, but then again, we would have had counter against the Raticate. I don't think that... Oh, they actually use a shield. That's better for us, especially as they get to another Awkward Tail. And now we have realignment anyway. Let's see what they have in the back. It's going to be Gliscor. Not what I expected, but cool Pokemon. Like, nobody is really running Gliscor. I feel like this Pokemon has some potential in the current meta. But yeah, as you see here, we're going to have the Fly coming through. If we just use a shield here, go for another Fly, we would win the battle. I'm just going to go for the shield, and I think I'm just going to swap out here afterwards just to showcase that the Scrafty in the back for them. And yeah, good game there. We can move on to the next opponent. So far, so good. And now we're going to have the worst possible lead here with the Blastoise. Blastoise is, I think, one of the coolest Pokemon currently to run. I do think it's a really good Pokemon to run because it's so balanced. Like, I took a look today at the current meta in the current regional that's going on in Atlanta. And basically all of the Pokemon that are top tier there are kind of weak to Blastoise, which is kind of funny. So like Blastoise for sure, a Pokemon that's worth investing in, I feel like. But yeah, here we're gonna see the opponent having Credilli going to be able to align themselves, and that was kind of an issue for me. I definitely should have tried to align myself. After having that really horrible lead, I needed to keep alignment, and I didn't expect they would have another grass step in the back, but this is going to seal the deal. There's nothing I can do here. Like, there's absolutely nothing I can do here anymore. I'm gonna try my best, but if I just used the shield on my Drapion there, I would have been fine. I would have most likely won the battle immediately, but I didn't, and yeah, that was really unfortunate here. Like, I could have definitely won this one. I should have just kept alignment, which I think would have been the better one anyway. It just makes way more sense now in hindsight as well, because we know that the opponent has a Pokemon that's going to completely hardwall our lead there. So I know I just didn't go for the alignment. My mistake. Absolutely my mistake. At this point, nothing I can do anymore. Like, absolutely nothing. We don't have shield left. We're just going to let the move go through. Well played by the opponent, of course, but yeah, kind of unfortunate for me. Should have played it a bit better. Next up, we're going to see here a very good lead force. Like, that's the Pokemon that we just tried to counter, but we're not able to do that. Now, this time around, we're going to have the perfect alignment, which is really cool. But yeah, let's see on how this is going to go. We're going to have here the Lapras coming in. We can go for the Sparkling Area. And this kind of showcases, by the way, a little bit the issue of Scrafty. It is still the pacing. Scrafty needs a better fast move, to the point where I'm wondering if it would be an interesting shout to go for Scrafty with the fast move of Snarl for maybe a video, because I could see that this could have some potential, but as you'll see here, we're gonna be able to still get the KO against the Lapras, of course, but again, like, I wish just that the matchup would be better for us. Like, we had already, I don't know, we have like good bulk, we resist the fast move, and it's still kind of a very neutral matchup here, and I kind of screw myself over by swapping out of here. But maybe I can still win this one. Let's see if this is going to go for us, as we're gonna have here the opponent going for charge move. I'm still gonna use a shield because I think I should be able to reach another move in time now. And so at least I either get the KO or the shield. Let's see what we're gonna get here. It is going to be the KO, which is okay. There's still have a shield left. I hope I survive this one. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna survive this one. It's the aerial ace we don't survive. But I have to hope now that they don't have acrobatics, basically, and that my Drapion is going to be fine here. I think I definitely survived 2 aerial aces. Just please don't have acrobatics. That would be great. I can go for the crunch now. This is going to do some, yeah, damage that would knock them out. They're very likely going to use a shield here. But I also was hoping that maybe I can get a debuff or something. I did not get the debuff. They go for the aerial ace. But because I overfarmed anyway, I can still go for a crunch. Steam-Peter here. We win the Steam-Peter. And with this, we are going to be able to also win the battle, and we can move on to the next opponent. We're going to have Steelix against the Talonflame. That is going to be a very, very interesting matchup here for sure, as we will see the charge move coming through from the opponent. It's going to be the Psychic Fangs. We have the swap out here now into the Drapion, where we can go for the Awkward Tail Spam. And this is looking really okay for us so far. Like, I'm not too worried yet. But let's see on how this is going to go. We have the charge move coming through from the opponent again. We let the move go through again. It's going to be the Psychic Fangs again. That's totally fine for us. They swap out into the Wigglytuff, trying to farm us down. Smart play, for sure. They know that we have the Awkward Tail and not the Sludge Bomb. So like, they have nothing really to worry. And with the debuffs there, basically it was quite easy for them to win this one. It should have maybe went straight for the charge move, but as you see here, the Swift is coming through. We're going to be able to go for a fly against the opponent. That is going to be fine. And like this, we are going to be able to get the KO. We have still the Steelix in the back, where we can go into our Scrafty, and they reveal that they have the Jump Love here. And at this point, I'm like, yeah, we are most likely going to lose this one. Again, this Jump Love in the back is the issue. And what do you think about Scrafty? Scrafty is definitely having some play now. I do think that Scrafty has some play. I do think that basically this Pokemon is going to be able to do some solid play against the current meta, because there are quite a lot of Ghost Pokemon that you could encounter. There are a lot of Pokemon that's kind of weak to counter. It's not the premier fighting type Pokemon. Like, Annihilate is just better in most scenarios. And that's mainly down to the pacing. Like, that's the thing. Counter is still an okay fast move. It's not a trash fast move whatsoever. It's not the best fast move either. But basically, I don't know, you need something cheaper. You need like a 35 energy move that is solid for it. Like, I don't know if it learns Night Slash. That would be really cool for this Scrafty in order to become a bit more viable, because I think Night Slash would be a really good move for it. But before you have a 35 energy move, I don't think that Scrafty is going to have the best play. Yes, you have Power Punch, but like if you want to run the charge move of Upper Hand, which is a great charge move, definitely one of the best charge moves that you can run for sure, you kind of still need to have some kind of better play. Maybe Sucker Punch would be cool for this Pokemon, but then again, I do think that Sucker Punch maybe makes it a bit too overpowered. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know down below what you think about this Pokemon. How would you try to fix this Pokemon? Because right now, it is good. Like, it is definitely a solid Pokemon. Like, you have play, but it is far from being overpowered or top tier or anything like this. And this is like kind of why we do this kind of stuff as well. We can of course want to showcase on, yeah, how things are and how Pokemon actually perform. And Scrafty is very solid, has some play, but it's not the best Pokemon, for sure not. Here, Dark Pulse coming through from the opponent. We're still gonna try our best with our Scrafty. Let's see if we're gonna be able to still win this battle. We have here the shield coming through. It's going to be, of course, Aerial Ace, so we have like guaranteed super effective damage that we're able to shield here. So that's kind of why I went for that. But let's see how this is gonna go. They're gonna go for another Aerial Ace here against us, and we can go for the full farm now. What do they have in the back? They have Clodsire. Foul play is an issue, by the way, for this Pokemon, because you already have like good bulk, but not a lot of damage output. And look at the damage output here from the Scrafty. It's basically absolutely nothing. And so yeah, we have no play here anymore, because foul play is just not great. And that's the thing, basically, you need a better Dark-type charge move on this Pokemon to work out, especially a 35 energy one. Maybe it could get like a completely new one, but currently that is its biggest issue. Here's the Water Form Taurus. It's the one form that I haven't actually showcased it on the channel. Do you want to see like a review for this Pokemon? I have one that I can even run for the current meta that we have, like the current, what's called Spring Cup meta. Would be kind of cool, I think, maybe for another video as a showcase, but let me know down below. As you'll see here, we're going to have the Sandslash coming in, we're going to have the Ace Punch coming in as well, and we have now our Talonflame being able to go for the full farm down, which is great. They actually got the free charge move in here, which I don't think they were supposed to get through. I think we just had a little bit of lag, which allowed them to get this one off, but I'm not too sure about it. We still have a ton of energy at least, so like, that's gonna be cool. Taurus comes back in, and we can go for the Fly Spam. Of course, we're gonna have to go for like one more fast move and then another charge move most likely, but let's see here, we're gonna use a shield. That is totally fine, as yeah, we can go for another fly here as well. That's going to be able to get the KO against them if they let the move go through. If they don't, I will be able to KO them with the next one. So as you see here, they're going to have a Credilli in the back, and again we have like kind of a similar issue where we are going to see the Grassland coming through, doing not enough to knock us out directly, like not with 2 either, but we are just barely not capable of fully farming them down. And this is the big issue for Scrafty. You don't have enough damage output for counter to farm down the common Pokemon, but you don't have enough bulk to be like the insanely bulky Pokemon that can really use that bulk as well. So you're like in this awkward middle spot where neither your bulk is enough or your damage output is enough to be really, really good. So again, I hope that this maybe gets a cheaper charge move, which would help it out, or like some kind of power buff on a move, but I don't think there is any move that they currently can buff that would help this Pokemon out that it currently learns already. That being said, there are also still things that I could have played a bit better. For example, this matchup here. We are going to have the Ferret against us here, which is going to be a Pokemon that is going to do double resisted fast move damage against us, which is great, but I should have not went for another charge move here. This was completely unnecessary. There's not really a reason to do this, and with that, we're going to kind of just waste energy. They're going to go back into the Weezing. I go for the Upper Hand just to try to get maybe the sneaky debuff here onto them, which we are going to be able to get, which is kind of nice, 30% chance, so I guess that really works out well for us. And they're going to have the Quagsire here, and that is going to be very, very nice, because as you see here, the Fly is coming through. We're going to get the shield from the opponent, and we will see here that this is going to be another Awkward Tail coming in. We're going to swap out into the Drapion and trying our best here. This is going to be the best matchup for our Drapion, but I'm well aware that they're very likely going to try to go for a Stone Edge to put us into farm down range. But let's see on how this is going to go. We have the charge move coming through. There's going to be a Stone Edge coming in as well, and they're going to have the Weezing still in the back. Can we still win this battle here? It's down to the Talonflame. Can we win this? It's going to be very, very close. We have to basically do perfect fast move timing here. So We have to go always for 1 Incinerate and then go for the charge move, but the opponent is generating energy insanely fast. They have a lot of energy before they're in for double sludge, and they still get to another sludge before I can even go for the first charge move, which is ridiculous, which showcases why Weezing is so overpowered. But this is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. Bye bye.